Hey guys, so I wanted to make a video real quick, another video about some of the most disappointing movies of 2021. These weren't the worst for me, they were just the ones that were disappointing to me that I was extremely excited to watch and it was let down. So, there's not a lot because overall, going into movies, unless, they're sequels, then I don't typically get too invested in them, in watching them. And I tend not to watch a lot of trailers. I'll watch first trailer to see what it might be about, and then most likely won't watch any more trailers just because I don't want to get it too spoiled for me. So there's only 3 for this list. So the first one, of course, was Antlers. This was one of the ones I was really excited to see. It was a horror movie. It was about the Wendigo. Obviously, I made a review of it, but still, it's just, I expected that this might happen. That tends to happen. They get so excited, and sometimes it just lets you down. But that was one of the movies I just wish they'd gone a little bit more into the Wendigo legend, Legend of the Wendigo, because we don't get a lot of that in horror movies, and I thought that was interesting. I did like the feel of the movie, the way it was shot was more grimy, more dark, depressing, just really good for a horror movie, I guess. Second one, another horror movie, so it's Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City. It was very disappointing for me because I've watched all the Resident Evil movies except for the animated ones. I haven't gotten around. I actually bought the entire collection, DVD collection, so eventually get around to that. But this particular one started out good when they're in the orphanage, and it had the Lisa, was that her name? She reminded me very much of a character from Silent Hill, and the whole vibe of the beginning, or opening scene, reminded me very much of Silent Hill. And if they had kept that tone throughout the entire movie, I would have fucking loved it. But they kind of just went into your typical zombie movie by the end of throughout the rest of the movie, and I was just kind of disappointed. But I was thinking that, because it was supposed to be a prequel to, the prequel to all the other Resident Evil movies, I know that, obviously the rest of the Resident Evil movies go batshit insane as they go along. So I felt this was kind of more tamer as a way to lead into the other movies. So I think as a prequel, it was fine. But I'll honestly have to watch all the other ones to see how this one kind of fits into the rest of them. Because something else I was noticing, it had very much a video game feel. So we would get really up close to the characters, and then they'll be running, and then right away there's something pops out at you from right out of nowhere, and that felt very much like a comic or a video game kind of. It had it had a video game feel, I guess you could say. So that was kind of, I don't know, some people might like it, but it gave me more a feel of the video game, even though I haven't played it. I've seen gameplay, so that was my other disappointing one. And third one, of course, Godzilla vs. Kong. I was fine with Godzilla. I know people hate it, but I was actually, I liked kind of anticipation. They didn't show Godzilla too early. It was kind of built up, and certain scenes were amazing. When they're falling through they're parachuting into the city, and we see Godzilla, just the magnitude of him. I loved the first one. Second one I really enjoyed. Ghidorah, sorry, and Mothra I absolutely adored. Other than, besides it being kind of nostalgic, I really did think it was a very good movie. It introduced all the different characters well. It was overall just a very enjoyable movie. You got a feel that these, monsters, they had their own personalities. Godzilla vs. Kong, I felt like it kind of took a step back and just was more of an action movie. Honestly, it was kind of disappointing. It was interesting seeing that Godzilla vs. Kong aspect to see who would actually win. Of course, it was Godzilla because, you can say he's overpowered, but that's essentially what Godzilla is. And so, he was essentially an analogy for the atomic bomb. So yeah. So those were my 3 most disappointing movies in 2021. They were just ones that kind of hyped up because I've seen all the other ones in the series, and this was kind of a letdown. So if you've seen all of these movies and if you want to give your thoughts on them, go ahead and give them in the comments. Other than that, you guys have a nice day, nice night, stay safe out there, and talk to you later. Bye.